everyone, and welcome to your next episode of Cooking with Nichole. Tonight we are going to be making chicken meatballs. Chicken meatballs, why not, right? We make meatballs with all kinds of other meats. The thing with chicken that you have to be careful with is that especially chicken breast can dry out in the baking process. So there's a couple of things that we're gonna do to prevent that. So what I have for you today is 2 pounds of ground chicken, a half a cup of crushed or ground up pork rinds, a tablespoon of heavy cream, half a cup of whole milk ricotta cheese, 2 eggs, a fourth of a cup of dried parsley, a tablespoon of celery salt, and a tablespoon of ground up fennel seed, plus then our essential seasonings of garlic, onion powder, and salt and pepper. Now, the actual recipe calls for a full fourth of a cup of dried parsley, or full regular parsley. But because I'm using dried parsley, we're gonna cut that in half. Dried parsley is a little more powerful in its flavor profile compared to fresh herbs. So you could always add more fresh herbs without all of that potency. So, and by all means, please use fresh herbs if you'd like. I just don't have any on hand. So what we're gonna start out with is taking our half a cup of crushed or ground up pork rinds and dump them in the bottom of our bowl. And to that, I'm going to add our tablespoon of heavy whipping cream. Now, the reason why I'm doing this is to hopefully keep the moisture content up in the meatballs so that they don't dry out during the cooking process. You should have your oven preheating at 450 degrees at this point in time, and a 9x13 glass baking dish prepared with some olive oil sprayed down on the inside so things don't stick. Now, we're going to add to this our couple of pounds of chicken. Oven's ready. Our 2 eggs, ricotta cheese, and all of our seasonings. There we go. And you're just going to combine this together. It's always best to combine with your hands, of course. I'm just gonna kind of get this mixed together a little bit before I put my gloves on, and mixing it with our best utensils we have on us, our hands here. Once you get this all mixed up nice and thoroughly, you want to put it in the refrigerator for 15 minutes just to get the chicken to firm back up a bit. The thing with making meatballs out of poultry like ground turkey or ground chicken, they don't have the fat content to them like beef and sausage do. And so sometimes they get really soft and squishy and it's really hard to get the meatballs to form. And so the best thing to do is just put it in the refrigerator, let it firm up for about 15 minutes, and then take it back out and create the meatballs using a cookie scoop, or you can simply pinch a little bit of the meat off and roll it into balls. This recipe is going to make approximately 24 golf ball size meatballs. And you're gonna bake it for 25 minutes in the 9x13 baking pan. Once you take them out, they are ready to go and they should be of a firm texture and consistency. You can serve them with your garlic mashed cauliflower, some green beans, any vegetable side that you would like. I'm going to be pairing mine with a nice bacon chipotle gravy that we're going to be making here in a few minutes. But I'm going to go ahead and finish combining this, pop it in the refrigerator, and we'll bring you back when it's ready to make the meatballs. Alright, so the meat mixture has come out of the refrigerator and it's been in the refrigerator for 15 minutes. While I was mixing it up, I did add additional seasonings of garlic and onion powder and salt and pepper to your desired flavor profile. So now we're going to start making the meat into the individual golf ball sized meatballs. Gotta say that, it's a mouthful. And I'm gonna use a cookie scoop. This is a 1.5 tablespoon cookie scoop. So we're gonna just scoop it up here a little bit and roll it in 2 balls, and you're going to stack these meatballs pretty tight into this glass 9x13 pan that's already been greased down with some sprayed olive oil. And you just roll them nice and smooth as such. There we go. They smell great. The fennel in this recipe is going to give the chicken a bit of a sausage flavor and background, which I love sausage, so this is going to be super tasty. And then the celery salt it's almost going to be like Thanksgiving essentially in a meatball when you think about it, kind of like a stuffing. And you're just going to continue to do this. And like I said, once we get the pan all full, there should be anywhere between 24 to 28 meatballs depending on how big that you make them. You're going to put it in the oven at 450 degrees and bake them for about 25 minutes. Now, I realize everybody's oven cooks a little differently, and some people's are a little hotter. And so if you need to adjust the temperature, you can certainly adjust it down or cook it for fewer minutes. But you just want to make sure that the internal temperature of the meatballs is 165 degrees. And that they are of a firm texture. Let them cool and then go ahead and serve them with your favorite veggie side dish to keep it low carb or keto. This recipe is going to make 6 servings, and each serving is 4 meatballs a piece. There is 321 calories per serving, 19 grams of fat, 1 gram of carbohydrate, and that's not even net carbs, that's just carbs in general, and 32 grams of protein. So a very protein dense supper meal tonight, and we'll have some pictures available for you. I've recently started my own Facebook professional page called the Cooking Nurse Practitioner, or the Cooking NP, so please look for me and I'll have it with the post. This is your sweet meal for a deal for the day. I hope you have a wonderful evening, and we'll talk to you soon.